Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's November 30th, 2023. We are in our last day of high pressure ridging. This is going to break down and introduce a trough coming down from the Gulf of Alaska, which will have cooler air and moist conditions to set us up for an atmospheric river this weekend. But today is going to be dry and partly sunny. Highs will be in the upper 20s for both today and tomorrow. Snow showers are in the forecast for tomorrow. They're going to be light, not too much accumulation in the valley, looking at less than an inch. This weekend, on the other hand, is going to be a pretty juicy storm. Again, this is going to, as I was talking about the last forecast, this is going to be primarily in the western side of the mountains. So all the Pioneers, White Clouds, Lost Rivers are going to be kind of in the rain shadow with this one, as it's going to be northwest flow. But looking pretty good for snow amounts through the valley. Looks like we'll be getting up to 4 inches of snow. Stanley Valley will be 6 to 8 inches of snow, and then up in the mountains, if you go to the western side, looking at quite a few feet of snow. And Galena Summit is going to have 12 to 18 inches. So totals are looking pretty good right now. We could definitely use some snow in the mountains. And we got a winter storm watch in effect for Sun Valley up to Stanley. That includes Galena Summit. So that's going to start late tonight through Saturday night. Saturday is going to be the heaviest snow. Again, that's where it's going to be 12 to 18 inches up in Galena Summit, and then 2.5 feet in the higher ridges. And the winds are also going to be increasing up to gusts of 40 miles per hour. So with that heavy snow and blowing snow is going to make for some gnarly conditions in the mountains, which is kind of what we need right now. Looking at the long wave radar here, or satellite, sorry, you can see moisture flowing into the area. That low is up here in the Gulf of Alaska. That's going to bring a trough down through our area, setting up like this. So the flow is going to be northwest. But you can see there's some moisture in north of Hawaii that's also going to be introduced to help that atmospheric river event. So looking at the HRRR forecast, if it loads, today's going to be pretty quiet as that storm progresses. The first wave progresses towards us, and that should start to snow in the valleys early Friday morning, and then come through mostly snowing in the morning. We'll have a break for the afternoon, and then the next band starts to come through Friday night. But you can see the chunk of the moisture is still over on the west coast here, and that'll be coming through on Saturday. So they are forecasting for an AR4, an atmospheric river level 4. That's pretty potent. You can see the amounts here, or how much water there's going to be, but over in just on the edge of us here, we're going to be getting quite a few inches out of it. It's kind of hard to tell on this graph, but it looks like 2 to 3 inches of water. So atmospheric rivers, those are condensed streams of moisture that sometimes can be beneficial, but you can picture it kind of like a fire hose of moisture that gets really streamlined towards one location. So let me put this into play. This is the GFS model. So you can really start to see the stream of moisture kind of build into place, and also look at this moisture feeding in from Hawaii. So that's going to be important too. Lots of moist, warm air. And then it really kind of builds into fruition here. You can see pretty potent. It's not like the classic stream in this model, but it is going to be hitting the coast pretty hard. This is kind of more what the atmospheric river looks like. So this is by Sunday, this is looking like, but by that point we're going to have most of our moisture. Look at the other model. This is the Euro. I'm too far out. Let me back this up. So this kind of looks more like an atmospheric river, at least my interpretation of it. Moisture's flooding in from Hawaii. It's nice to see those models agreeing, and this looks a little bit more potent on the Euro of how much we're going to get out of this. This is looking at 500 millibar map of the jet stream. So you can see strong northwest flow here coming from California. And with that direction, it's going to be hitting the western mountains harder than us. So places like Banner Summit, the western side of Sawtooth, and the western side of the Smokies are going to favor this storm system. Now, if we had the atmospheric river shifted from more of a southerly southwest flow, then it would hit South Valley and Baldy more. That's what I typically think of when I hear these atmospheric rivers. But it doesn't matter really. They're not rated on the direction they come from. It's more of how much moisture is coming out of them. Now, the thing to keep in mind with this storm is that it is going to be getting warmer as it shifts more to the southwest towards the tail end. It's going to bring in warm air. So these are looking at the freezing levels. Looks like we're kind of in the clear with having this mostly be snow through the majority of the storm. But Monday looks like kind of the outlier where the freezing temperatures kind of shoot up more towards 6,500, 7,000 feet. As I said in the past, we can have snow falling below the freezing level. Usually it can happen 1,000 to 1,500 feet. So we might be in the clear with having this be all snow before eventually next week warms up, and some of that snow will probably melt from the valley. But yeah, it's looking like a pretty potent storm coming in for Saturday. Pretty excited to see what happens. Probably be doing these forecasts more every day to kind of keep everyone up to date. Have a good day out there.